Alrighty, how's it going? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stream. Gonna make sure the audio is going good here. Yeah, it sounds good. We're good to go. I see we got a chat on Twitch from 3 watches with, what is that, a dancing gummy bear? Welcome on in. Alright, time to get back into it. We're playing episode 4 of season 2. I'm not gonna yap about the cut content because I've done that every single episode so far, but I will say it is very apparent in this episode that there was a lot of changes made in the last seconds before they shipped it out. This is... I'll just let it speak for itself. This is a fucking very, very bad episode. I mean, like, more so like depressing. You really, like, this, you can't do anything. But I will say the last choice that I made in the previous episode will be very interesting. Kind of gives Kenny a reason to be mad at us. Not necessarily, but... Oh yeah, Kenny lost his eye in the last one from Mr. Michael Madsen over here.
Kenny! When you cover yourself in their smell, rub the walker guts all over you. They can't tell you from one of them. You just have to keep calm and make sure you're good and covered.
Go on. You don't need to see this.
Not going anywhere.
Rest in peace, Carver. Not really. Fuck that guy. Alright. We will get to see the outcome of what happened when I chopped this chick's arm off. What do we all think is gonna happen? What do we think's gonna happen? In the middle of a giant zombie horde. I can tell you, I already know what happens, but I wanted to do this just to make this episode a little bit more depressing. And to make Kenny kind of lose his shit. Oh. Poor Kenny, man.
She's gonna turn, man. You gotta let go.
Kenny will remember that.
What the fuck did you do? What the hell is going on? Why? Why?
She won't suffer now. We have to go.
Stupid fucking kid. Serena. Kenny, damn it, man. Come on your head, Clementine!
Alright. And with that, Kenny loses everything once again. I told y'all in season 1, he goes through so much shit. Poor Kenny. Oh yeah, Nick gets shot, okay. Although I don't really think this needed any more extra, like, shit here. But, like I said, the cut content did have a bear fight in the middle of this as well, which would have had some of the characters ripped apart by a bear as well. So, but they changed it, and they actually used the assets for it in Game of Thrones. It would be interesting to see what would happen here, but I think there's enough. There's enough horrible shit going on here. I clicked on it. Okay. What's going on here? Okay. I mean, I clicked on it. I don't know. Maybe I misclicked.
I can't find anybody. I know. What do we do? Luke was with me, but we're still covered in walker guts. Look, the walkers are still moving toward the hardware store. We can make it out if we stick together. I'm glad you're here. We can watch each other's backs. Are you okay to keep moving?
By the way, I will have to pause the stream in about an hour. I don't remember how long this episode was, but I do need to go switch my laundry here in about an hour.
Do you see any openings? Anything? There. Damn it! Go back! Go back! Jane! Thank God.
Stop. Relax. You need to walk slowly. You'll be fine.
I can't do this. You have to help us. Please.
We can't come together like this. It's better if we spread out. You two will be fine.
No, you don't understand. Just help us.
You guys are fine. Just go.
I'll stay close and watch out for Rebecca.
Your choice. Damn it. We'll have to push through that cluster of walkers.
There's too many.
We'll make a cow catcher. Just... we need...
Yeah, let's run for it. That's a great idea.
Or you could shut up and pay attention. Let's... There. That one looks light enough to carry. I'm gonna get on the far side of her. I need you to get her attention. Not gonna bite anybody now, are ya? Follow me. Stay close. If you fall behind, I can't come back for you. Let's go.
But yeah, I don't know. This episode feels very mysterious, and it always felt mysterious to me. And it makes sense now knowing what I know. It's because this episode, I think, had the most cut content out of all of them. And so many rewrites. It feels very, like, disjointed. Shit just happens, and it's just... There's no follow-up to anything.
Is everything alright?
No, I'm not alright. But I'll be a lot better once we get with the others. We need to make sure everyone else made it out. Luke, Sarah, Kenny. God damn it. What if they aren't there?
If they aren't, nothing we can do about it.
Don't even say things like that.
Fine. Sorry.
Jesus. I don't even know if we're safe. What if the herd is still following us?
We're fine.
It's been quiet, but who knows?
Don't worry, we're okay. We'll meet up with everyone soon. We'll at least be safe, I guess.
We need to keep up a good pace.
I know. Just, I'm going as fast as I can. I know I should feel glad that we escaped, but I just can't stop thinking about the others. How could I leave Alvin behind? It was stupid.
What was? Escaping?
Look, I know we all agreed to use the herd to get out, but maybe we should have been more patient. Come up with something better.
It worked.
If you can call that working, we could have... I don't know.
The plan worked. We got out of there. Most of us.
Look, I know that some of your people didn't make it, but Carver was crazy. Staying would have only prolonged the inevitable. I'm just saying that if people hadn't panicked, things might have turned out better.
Of course! We panicked. We were scared.
The plan was good. The execution was the messy part.
That sounds an awful lot like you're saying it was their fault.
What? No, that's not what I'm saying. Just...
I have to stop. I'm sorry. I don't want to slow us down. Can I just have a minute?
Yeah. Take a minute.
Thank you. Alvin was supposed to be here for this.
Is Alvin...
He's dead, isn't he?
Yeah, let's have Jane.
Fucking madman.
Jane, do you know anything about...
No, I don't. What are you going to do with it?
What do you mean by that?
Sorry. Just making conversation. There was nothing.
No. What do you mean by that? But with what? My baby?
I'm just looking at the worst case scenario. You and Clem won't be able to raise a baby by yourselves. Not out here. I just mean it's going to need food. And, you know, other stuff.
We'll look after it, together.
Even if that's the case, you can't always protect everyone.
You assume I won't be capable enough. Just because you're some angry loner who doesn't care about anyone but herself doesn't mean you know better than me.
Hey, I've seen it before. Back when it started, me and my sister, we
What?
were...
She died? I don't need your pity.
You don't have the right.
Jane!
Shit, I didn't mean it. Shit.
I'm sorry about your sister.
Damn it.
We can't just sit here doing nothing.
I know. They'll be here soon.
Holy shit.
It had been so long. We were starting to worry no one else would make it.
Oh, besides.
How's Kenny?
Excuse me.
I tried to talk to Kenny. He flipped out on me. Started yelling. Scary shit.
I know he probably didn't mean it, but it was scary.
I've been nervous to even go near him.
What? You think he's gonna shoot you?
The way he is right now? I don't know. Maybe. He's not acting rationally.
He's not thinking straight.
Somebody's got to do something. We can't just keep sitting here forever.
I've seen Kenny like this before.
You think he'll, I don't know, snap out of it?
I don't think so.
Clem, I was thinking now that you're here, maybe you could go talk to him?
I don't want to.
I don't want to.
Clem, I know it's hard, and that you might be scared, but it might be best.
Clem, just remember, you did what you thought was right. That's all anyone can do in that situation.
How's it going, Kenny?
Sarita, God, wherever you are, please forgive me. I can't be alone again.
Hi, Kenny.
You think I don't know what y'all are whispering about over there? What's wrong with Kenny? Why's Kenny acting that way? Do you think Kenny's okay? That's all I hear from anyone anymore.
I'm just worried about
Worried,
you.
huh? Well, that's nice of you, seeing as this was your fault in the first place.
Why are you acting this way?
Take one wild guess, Clementine.
Everyone's scared. We don't know what to do.
Enough, Clementine. I've had enough of this bullshit. For the last time, just get the fuck out of here and leave me alone.
Oh, that's surprising. I don't know, I remember him blowing up on me
Crazy just sitting
in my
here.
original playthrough. I think it's if you start apologizing and talking about Sarita, he fucking really blows up on you.
It doesn't matter. We need to come up with a plan.
Clem's right, especially with that baby on the way.
At least you tried.
Still, doesn't exactly help us figure out what we're gonna do now. We got no food, no water. It's getting damn cold, and we're losing daylight fast.
When the others get back, they'll know what to do. Luke will have a plan.
We thought Kenny would have a plan.
Mike, Bonnie,
Mike's got a point. You can't just keep sitting around waiting. Things are difficult enough right now, and soon you'll have a baby on your hands too.
Rebecca needs a safe, warm place to have her baby. Maybe we should keep moving and find one.
You can rest for a few minutes. Me and Clem will scout ahead and double back. Just make sure you're ready to move when we get here. Listen, Rebecca, if anything goes wrong here, you got something to protect yourself?
I've got this. You don't think I'd need to...
I don't know, but you better keep that close. Come on, Clem. Look, I'm gonna level with you. There's no real point in scouting ahead. And you should know that finding your friends, that's a shot in the dark.
It didn't look good. You're probably right.
Yeah. So, I wanted to talk to you, away from them. You wouldn't have made it this far if you weren't smart, but I just gotta warn you. The group is cracking. I've seen it before. And, well, a lot of times, it's better to be on your own. I know you see what I'm talking about. You don't want to be here when they start turning on each other.
You know, bad stuff happens to you when you're alone, too.
But your odds are better.
There's nobody to watch your back. And when something does happen, there's nobody there to help you.
How much help is Kenny gonna be? What he's going through? He's more of a liability than anything. And Rebecca's situation is not making things better back there. You get enough broken people together, and all you're gonna get are broken decisions.
Rebecca's just worried about her baby. I mean, wouldn't you be?
I wouldn't bring a kid into this world. And like you said, it's her baby.
Yeah, that's foreshadowing. Holy shit, that's some fucking foreshadowing for season 3. Jesus.
Groups fall apart. People get killed.
Then why did you bring me with you?
I'm just trying to give you the tools you need to make it, if you wanna. Like your jacket. It looks warm, but a walker will bite right through that. My sister Jamie had a good leather one. Wish I still had it. You coulda.
I always wanted a sister. I used to make my babysitter Sandra play a game that we were secret sisters. It was stupid kid stuff.
You know, being a big sister is, well, it's funny. It's really easy to be mean.
Oh?
You know, hide her toys, make fun of her bad haircut, give her the bad haircut on purpose. I mean, I did put the gum there. I figured I should get it out. I don't even...
You were really mean.
Whoa, you really were mean.
What could I do? She thought I was her best friend. I couldn't go unpunished. Every summer we'd go to this amusement park in Virginia. But the best part wasn't the rides. It was that nobody knew us there. And I'd pretend we weren't sisters. Just friends. All right, jackpot. These walkers got some good stuff.
They're just walkers. Why would they have anything?
Well, pretty recently they weren't walkers, were they? Take a look. Old walkers are a waste of time. They're holding credit cards and busted old pagers. But these ones weren't walkers all that long ago. They were survivors. They might have useful stuff.
I think one of these zombies, or these corpses, were
I'll check this one.
one of the people in season 1. If I remember right, it's like a reused asset.
Smart haircut.
Thanks.
So, has your crew always been so dysfunctional? You fit in there, but you weren't like them.
I was with a different group before. That one worked better, I think. That was when I got my hair cut like this.
Find anything?
Driver's licenses, 2 of them.
Well, I guess some people just can't leave the past behind. Hold
2
on.
bullets.
Ammo's getting hard to come by, and things aren't going to get better.
That's it.
A nail file. These things are great. Sharpen a blade, strike a flint. Jamie always had one in her purse. It jabbed my hand when I went reaching in. Never be too sure with these things. Here, give me a hand.
What happened to her knife? And she's got the same... Why does everybody in Season 1 and Season 2 have the same pistol? Isn't until like Season 3,
Sarah's.
Season 4 that they decided to
Sorry,
change the weapons.
I don't know what to tell you.
We have to tell the others.
Shit. Okay, come on. We gotta find a way in. Looks like there's an opening over there.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, that's right. Nick just dies off screen in this episode.
Look, he's your friend. You should do this.
I'm sorry, Nick.
What if I don't kill him? Oh jeez, really mangling him.
It's all right. It's done. If it comes to it, if Luke or Sarah or anybody needs to be put down, you gotta be ready for it. No hesitation.
That's what I'm afraid of.
That hatchet of yours seems to get stuck pretty easily. It's gonna get you killed. Here, use this. Very effective. You can do this. They don't sound too good. Clock's ticking.
I'm ready.
I know you are. We need to get a better look. How about you get the close one, and I'll hop the fence to get the other. Go for it. Nice work. You know what you're doing. Now watch this. Got a nice little addition to your arsenal. Take out the knees first. Then, put a knife in the back of its head when it's down. Alright, let's get a look at what we've got on deck.
So we got a chat on Twitch from Murat. Welcome in.
Glad you're paying attention. Let's go.
It's about the only good thing Jane does for Clementine is teach her how to do that knee trick.
That's a lot of walkers. They look worked up about something.
And what gets the interest of the dead?
People. How do we get in?
If we can make enough noise on this side, we can lure those walkers over here. Then we might just be able to go through that other trailer and get to your friends. What do you think of that?
If you think that's best, I'm with you.
Good. What's going to grab their attention?
I don't know, probably the truck right behind me.
Covered.
Yeah.
That's good, but we need to keep it going somehow.
Oh, we got a couple, what was it? We used a zombie or something? I thought that's what I had to do.
What are you thinking?
If we lean him on the horn, it'll keep honking and draw the walkers.
Just like moths to a flame. Give me a hand.
It's working!
Come on! Come on. Crap. We gotta move it.
Did we? I mean, we could have just ran back and put it back on the horn.
It's locked. Then try something else. You're gonna need to use more force than that. Put some muscle into it. I'll hold them off. Just get us in there. Hurry! Help me block this. Hurry!
Sarah, please. Who's out there?
Luke!
Clem? Oh, thank God. Did Nick find you? He made a run for it. Looking for help.
I saw him outside.
Look, he was out there, but we took care of him, you know.
Fuck. When I heard y'all banging through the door,
Luke, are you alright?
I'm walking. I can't do much else, though. Sarah, she's another story. I don't know what to do about her.
What's the matter?
She's too sheltered.
Gotta help.
In the apocalypse, that's what's the matter.
Sarah, look. It's
Her
Clem.
dad set her up for failure.
They're okay. Sarah, come on. We have to go now.
Come on! We need to get out of here.
Guys, we can't do this. We can't stay here.
I don't know what to do. I can't snap her out of it. Okay, I tried to carry her, but I guess Carver messed me up pretty good back there. I don't know. It's just after Carlos, she just lost it. Started running through the woods like a maniac. I chased her for I don't know how long, and then while she saw this mobile home, made a beeline right for her. I'm just glad y'all are here.
We're not out of the woods yet.
What are we gonna do about her? We gotta do something.
Luke, you're hurt, but... Jane, can you carry her?
Not out of this. Not if she doesn't want to go. It's just too... It wouldn't work, okay? It'd get us all killed. Listen, we're gonna tear this place open pretty soon. We can't stay. So, we gotta get her up, or we gotta...
Well, I've been trying for hours. I could barely get her to look at me. Clem?
Sarah, it's me.
Some people, you just can't help, okay?
Oh, she won't look at me because I'm not her friend in this.
I need you to listen to me, okay? It's
I remember her looking at me and talking with me in my original playthrough years ago. Yeah, she don't care. I'm not her friend in this one.
I hate that I've lost so many people, but it's made me stronger. I've learned to take care of myself. Things aren't like they were before. Everything is hard now. say that like it's so easy. Not everyone can be like you, but you can be too, Sarah. I wish that were true.
Crap, we're surrounded. What about the skylight?
All we got.
Clem, there's no time.
Clem.
Jane and me came here from the meetup spot. Rebecca's there, and Kenny, and everybody wanted to make sure you were okay. They all miss you and want to see you. We're going to go back there and be with them, okay? I can't.
Get to the skylight, now!
Come on, I'll boost you.
What's going on back there?
My ribs. We're gonna need something to stand on.
Luke, get over here. Help me hold this. Clem, see what you can find.
Can we use that?
I can't remember what. No, I do remember.
Yeah, that would work.
I remember what I did in my original playthrough.
Oh, shit.
But in the end, it doesn't even fucking matter. So I'm gonna do a different choice this time.
Ready?
On three. 1, 2, 3.
Clem, help her! Help Jane!
Okay, go. Keep pushing. Go. Luke, you first. We need you up top.
Okay, come on.
Clem,
Sarah, we have to go. Are you listening?
now, Clementine! If she doesn't want to go, you can't make her. Don't let her take you down too. Not again.
I'll try to convince her,
Look, I know what you're trying to do, and it's not going to work.
but
I can't! Daddy! Sarah, think about what you're doing.
You can't save her, Clem. We have to go. Believe me, I know about this.
Hurry up. Clem, please.
yep, it don't matter. I'm doing a different choice this time, though. I mean, it kind of does matter, I guess, for a little bit, but I'm gonna see what this does. Yeah, you're done. Damn.
We didn't have a choice. Okay, there was nothing
Brutal.
we could do. There's nothing we could do.
Yeah, I think in my original playthrough years ago, I believe I saved her, and then she dies in this same episode. The same way, basically. She falls off like a deck or something, gets trapped, and then you have to convince Jane to try and convince her to be saved. But yeah, it's just, like I said, this episode has a lot to do with you being,
Sarah,
a little girl that really can't do anything.
I didn't think you'd leave her. It's hard to think about.
Hey, you left her too.
You left her too.
At least you have her glasses to remember her by.
No.
That is true.
It may be hard to hear, but you weren't going to be able to save her.
Well, yeah, I mean, you
She's
can,
never going to make it in this world.
but yeah, that part's true.
Yeah, I guess there was just nothing we could do. I tried so hard to get through to her.
It's really like if I don't know why Carlos sheltered her so much in the apocalypse.
When we went in there, you were ready to help, but then something changed.
Look, I'd seen that kind of thing before. I just didn't want to stick around for the bitter end. Sorry, I don't mean to sound harsh. It's just the way things are.
Does that mean you'd turn on me if I was hurt or something?
No, I mean, Clem. I wouldn't have to. Trust me. I tried to save Jamie too, but she gave up. And when you really look at it, maybe it's better this way. For everyone.
We were there for hours. You know, I should have gotten through to her. Should have done something. All I did was leave her behind.
Luke, you can't let it eat away at you.
Just because you can't do anything doesn't you don't have to try, even if it's just trying to try, you know. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I don't really like Jane that much. She has this. She's like the polar opposite of like Kenny and half the other people in the group. She's all like trying to be alone all the time, let people die, don't save anyone, don't risk yourself, and everybody else, you know.
I told her she could have what she wanted, and I left her there.
But yeah, in my original playthrough, I definitely
You left your sister?
I tried to save Sarah.
Do you know?
When she didn't follow me over, I didn't have the guts to go back and see for myself. It killed me for a long time. But I finally realized that I'd put her on a forced march through hell.
Like, Jane does have somewhat of a point, I guess, but at the same time, it's such a selfish mindset that,
no regard for her own
you know.
safety, or ours.
I hope I did the right thing.
You did.
Like, yeah, you survive, but then you get people killed at the same time. I mean, not necessarily getting people killed, but like, it's not like you did anything to try and save them. And really, in like an apocalyptic setting, you kind of do need people to rebuild and all of that. And even Clementine says it at the start, like how, you know,
You found him.
gotta have somebody there to watch your back.
Yeah, I'm a little amazed myself, to tell you the truth. If it weren't for Clem and Jane, well, I don't know what would have happened.
Wait, where's Sarah?
Sarah Dunn died,
Nick?
and Nick is dead too.
Rebecca, how about we go for a walk for a minute?
Let's just give him some space. I have something I need to talk to you about too.
No.
I ain't gonna sugarcoat this. That baby's coming even faster.
She's an introvert, which is good if you're unlucky enough to have no one to watch your back. But when you're in a group, such a thing doesn't completely apply. That is true.
Has he, I don't know.
She's in a group.
Carlos teaching him anything?
You'd think that she'd want to help people more. No, honestly, like, I don't want to spoil too much for the people who are watching that don't know what happens in the next episode, but god damn it, Jane is so fucking selfish. It's...
He went in there after you left. Said he
I don't know.
did it by himself.
I guess that's what makes this series so great. Every character has their own flaws.
I don't think he's doing well.
I'll go in there.
Thank you, Clem. I really do think that might be best.
Hold on, is graphic black randomly turned back on, or is it just the way it looks in the definitive edition? No, I have graphic black off. Then again, extra version is different but equally bad. If you keep blindly joining people, there's a possibility they're bad guys. Gotta maintain a fair balance. Hey, exactly. It's all about that balance. But yeah. I think you can kind of get a good read on people. I just hate how these last two episodes try to frame Kenny as like this bad dude. There's so much to say about it, and I don't want to get too deep into it because we're not on the final episode yet, but I mean, considering everything that Kenny's gone through so far in this season and the last one, dude's gone through some horrible shit. And then on top of that, he's missing an eyeball and most likely has brain damage from getting his fucking shit rocked by Carver. But at the end of the day, he still tries to protect people. He wants to keep people alive. He'll even risk his life to save other people. Even people like Ben. He hated Ben, but he still tried to save him. Gotta be like water, as Bruce Lee said.
On you.
That's true.
Make sure you're okay.
You know what it feels like to get beaten almost to death. Peaceful. It feels peaceful. It was like I was floating away, watching the whole thing happen to me. And then I woke up again, and nothing's changed. I'm still taking a beating. Every day. Look, Katya, Sarita. No peace. No rest. Punches just keep coming. Why the hell couldn't Carver have just finished me off? Obviously, I ain't helping anyone by being here.
That baby's almost here, and Rebecca needs your help.
Yeah, I guess she does.
This conversation can go a hell of a lot different depending on how you talk to Kenny.
Don't worry yourself about this. It's nothing. Hadn't killed me yet.
Look at that, they're edging us, trying to
Don't be stupid. It could be
trying to tease us with seeing what his eye looks like. We do get to see it in episode 5, though.
Oh shit! Does that mean what I think it does? What are we supposed to do?
Give him helping Rebecca as a purpose to go on. That is true, yeah. He does.
see what's going on.
Which is why episode 5, and I don't want to spoil it, but golly, man. The next purpose in life that he has is, like, blatantly taken away from him by somebody trying to poke and prod at him, and I just don't understand it. Like, what the fuck would go through your brain to do something like that?
Oh, Christ. We should...
I don't think it's peaceful, it's painful. I'm speaking from experience, then again, everyone's different.
That means the baby's coming, right?
What peaceful?
Thank
Oh,
God. I
getting
think the
beaten to
baby's-
death?
What do we do?
All right. Give me a second.
No, what
Yeah,
did Rebecca
it's kind
do
of a
about this?
He's right.
nihilistic view on it Kenny has there, which is strange. Kenny doesn't usually talk like that.
Now you got no choice but to lock down and ride it out.
What should we do first, Kenny?
Kenny, come on, you gotta focus.
Right. Sorry. Clean water for one thing. And blankets.
And we gotta get out of this damn cold, too.
That map shows a couple of buildings nearby. Maybe one of them could do the trick.
See, this is why I like Kenny. He does this in season 1 as well. He'll go through some shit, and he'll be pissed off, and he'll be suffering, but then he, like,
Good idea.
he just pushes it off and focuses on helping people. Especially in season 1, when you keep trying to constantly ask him questions about how he's doing as Lee, he's always just like, yeah, I feel like shit, but, you know, we gotta focus. Don't worry about me.
I know it must have been hard, but thank you for talking to Kenny. I'd love for you to give me and Mac a hand looking at the museum, but I was thinking, how do we know Jane ain't just gonna take off? Maybe you should go with her. Make sure she comes back.
What do you mean by that?
You know, she doesn't seem to like being around people much. And she volunteered to head off awful fast. I guess it could be nothing.
I thought the sky was purple here in the original.
She's scared about the baby.
Maybe that's
what I
later
was
on.
afraid of. That's why it might be a good idea.
I don't know why I distinctly remember the sky being
That's
purple.
something to think about.
His purpose transcends his injuries, the mental ones and the physical ones.
Disinfectant.
Maybe I should go
Yeah,
with Jane.
that I think that's what makes Kenny so great.
All right, everyone, you know what to do. Let's be fast and let's be careful.
He can be very selfless when it comes down to it. So can, like, some other people, like Luke, Lee, definitely feel like that as well. I just don't know why, like... I mean, I guess this isn't necessarily a spoiler, but I don't know why the game kind of built up so much about, you know, Luke and Kenny, like, being at each other's throats all the time. Because one, they both kind of have the same set of ideals. And two, it's a bait and switch. They do a bait and switch on us. And that's all I can really say so far without making spoilers. We'll get there
I knew you.
very soon.
Well, yeah, I told you I was coming here. Anyways. Well, it's sometimes good to have someone watching your back. So, come on,
Yeah,
partner.
yeah, Jane.
Let's go check out that deck.
Look at that. Like, she even...
Right.
Jane's telling herself that. So it's like, how much of her own ideology does she really believe?
You know, you don't seem okay.
Huh? Well, yeah, but who is okay? Let's just focus on this right now. I hope this place is what we're looking for. God knows we could use a break.
Kenny would kick Luke's ass even if he was missing an eye. Yeah, that's... I don't doubt that. But it's just, I don't understand why the game tries to frame that. Like, for one, I would have much preferred... Like, I'm trying to use implications here because we haven't gotten to episode 5 yet, but I feel like
Which means
it would have been a much more interesting choice to have it, like, be with Kenny or Luke, because the whole game has you doing that, especially in, like,
That could be a place
you know,
for Rebecca to have
episode
a baby.
2. I mean, that felt like
that's what I was thinking.
foreshadowing, you know, where you have to sit with either Kenny or with Luke.
The lock.
It seems like the game is trying to, like, foreshadow that you will have to choose either a new group or your old friends, you know?
You know,
But at the same
I'd like to
time,
try a heavier hand with this thing.
I don't understand why they
If we can find
fight,
something bigger,
because
we might need to bust the mechanism.
Kenny and Luke both have very similar, like, mindsets. I don't know.
Find
There's a lot of cut content, like I've talked about in the past couple streams, and I will definitely go over all of it because I've only dipped my toe into the cut content. Up to this point, like each stream I've done, I've talked a little bit about cut content in that episode, just because then it's not a spoiler for what happens in that episode. But yeah. There is, I don't know. It's just, it's a damn shame. But we're close to finishing this season, so once the season's over, I will talk about all the cut content and how much we missed.
They fill them with cement, so they're
Which,
safe.
honestly, I don't know. I know a lot of people usually say, like, oh, everybody says cut content is bad, but, like it's a bad thing to remove cut content, and, you know, people just say that because they don't know how it would actually play out. But honestly, like, legitimately, I feel like the cut content in this game would have made it way more interesting if we went with the route that they were planning on. That's why they did in episode 5 instead. Yeah, I mean,
Almost had it. Keep looking.
I don't know. Me personally, I think episode 5's choice, the big choice in that one, was not all that difficult. Like, I understand what they were going for, but, I don't know. It's hard to talk about while being vague, but I'll definitely be going more into that in the next stream when we do that episode.
There's
Oh yeah, this
buildings
too.
across the river.
I forgot about this.
I can see a
This whole
church.
city thing.
The nearest river crossing
This
is
this city subplot.
Rebecca wouldn't
We
make
never
it.
even get to that,
Keep it in mind, though.
even though we were
There's
supposed to
something
in the cut
toward us.
content. Kenny is more about brute force, whereas Luke is more about stealth, I guess, which Clem is both.
Shit.
That's
He's
true.
coming this way.
It's very true.
And who knows if he has friends nearby?
Oh yeah, who is this
I don't like
guy?
having some stranger sneaking around, so
Should we run for it?
normally I would.
The Russian dude.
It's too much of a risk. I can't lead him to the others.
What the hell was
We
his
should
name?
scope him out and see what he's up to.
It's like
I don't
Arthur or
like
something.
having some stranger
Arvo,
sneaking
that's what it
away so
was,
close to
I
the
think.
others. We've got enough on our plates with a baby coming.
I'll distract him so you can sneak up behind him.
Good call. Shit. Hide now.
Also, what the hell is he doing here? Is he trying to throw away drugs? Or, I don't understand.
Hey,
Or if he was trying to hide it, or if he's trying to set it up somewhere for a deal.
I just want to talk to you. What are you doing here?
Nothing. I'm Arvo.
Arvo, okay.
Graphical? I don't want to shoot. I don't want to shoot anyone. Especially маленькая девочка. Little girl.
You don't have to shoot anyone. Just put the gun down.
Back up. Put the bag down. Clem, make sure he doesn't have any other weapons in there.
No, I have no more guns. I swear to
We
you.
just need to make sure you're not a threat.
You дурак.
Clementine, hurry! Anything? Whoa. That's a serious stash of meds.
No. Take whatever you want, but don't take the medicine. It's for my sister. My older sister, she's sick. The pain makes her cry and that makes those things come. Please.
If that medicine's for your sister, why are you hiding it in the garbage?
I need to keep it safe.
Sister or not, we could really use that stuff.
No, you are not nice people. You have already left me defenseless, and now you take my sister's medicine? You are worried.
Hey, we've got people who are suffering, who need this medicine. Luke's still a wreck after Carver's. Kenny's a mess. Rebecca's in pain. Look at all of it. Clementine, we need
People
that
are
stuff.
suffering just as much as yours. You are not special. Clementine, yes, you must.
I think in the
Fucking
original,
word about your sick
Please
sister.
don't make my sister suffer. She is
yeah,
been
in the
through enough.
original I
Oh,
think I
yeah?
took,
Well, I
or
think you're
I
just
gave
some
it back to
junkie.
him.
You know what that word means,
Oh,
huh?
I know, I'm
I'm gonna
trying
keep
to
it.
live. I swear upon
Especially
God.
considering how this episode ends. This shit does not matter at all.
I'm sorry, Arvo. We need these.
You will fish. You hadn't done this. No, what are you doing? You don't have to do this. Just let me go.
Is it safe to let him go?
Don't you ever come around here again. I don't care if you do have some sick sister. The next time I see you, you won't just be walking away. Go. Can't believe I've gotten into this mess. Taking some stupid kid's stuff. Like a bandit.
I thought you were gonna shoot him.
Why? Did you want me to? Go bring
Yes.
those meds to the others and bring everybody.
I wish you would have shot him there.
I'm gonna get this place open.
Fuck Arvo.
We need to get moved in ASAP.
Clem, hey! Any luck with that observation deck? I was just checking on Rebecca and Kenny. They said they hadn't heard from you in a while. I don't guess there'd be much, but Jane seems pretty resourceful.
Shouldn't you be with Rebecca?
No, Kenny's way more help with Rebecca than I could be. I'm just making sure we keep track of where everyone is. Is Jane still up there now?
Yeah, she's trying to get the gift shop opened.
You know, I can't figure her out. And she really lays it on the line, but at the same time, she doesn't show you anything that counts. I'm never quite sure if she just done like people, or just plain out done like me.
I'm not sure we can trust her. She doesn't trust us. Maybe she shouldn't, though. I mean, Sarah?
The group's only as strong as its leader.
What do you mean?
Jane seems like the kind of person who gets tempered by hardship, you know? But when I look at Kenny now, he seems broken. Broken people get reckless. I know you got a history with him. Look, I think he's a good guy. At least started as a good guy.
Yeah, he always tries to do the right thing. But he's not the same anymore.
I'm glad you see it too.
Oh, there it is. There's that purple sky. I remember that.
I need to tell the others.
More
about
like
the
pink,
tech.
I guess. I don't know. Red.
I'll see you back there.
I'm not supposed to be in labor yet, Kenny. What if something's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Babies know how to be born.
Clementine.
What'd you find?
The building around back has an observation deck.
Somewhere the baby will be safer? It's coming so much faster than I thought.
I told you. You're getting yourself all worked up over nothing.
It's high up, so it should be safe from walkers.
Sounds good. As soon as Mike and Bonnie are back, we'll go.
Hey, Clem.
Is it normal to see results from the gym in the first session
Safe.
I have? Is that because of genetics or because I did calisthenic and light weights before?
Hurts.
Well,
I wish Alvin was here.
it's kind of difficult for me to say. Everybody is different, but
Alvin was a good man.
in my opinion, in my experience,
He gave
a lot of
me
people
these
deal with
stuff
something
and
called like newbie gains.
bandages and
So like if you're just getting back into the gym for the first time,
That big
you're
softy couldn't
I don't know what it is, but the first couple of like times you go to the gym, you start to like
It's a waste of time.
exceed in losing weight and putting on muscle
Things I
like
should've
really
talked to
fast.
him
I don't know why that is. It might just be like bro science,
about. We're gonna do
but
this without him.
You're going to be a good
I don't know.
We
Like
sure
personally,
have
like
been since we first met, huh? You're a good kid, Clementine.
I kind of get that. Like if I don't go to the gym for a while and then I come back to it,
Oh shit.
it just I don't know, something clicks. But
We ain't seen
I don't
Mike
really
and
do
Bonnie in a
calisthenics, so I
while.
can't
I'm not
really
saying I don't trust 'em, but I'd
say much
appreciate it
about
if you
that.
checked up on them.
Yeah, go on ahead.
I do more like lifting, bodybuilding type of stuff. Recently, I've been getting more into what the hell are these called? I have one sitting right here on my desk. Not cables, like a resistance band. That's what it is. I've been getting into resistance bands primarily because my right shoulder is tweaked, and my physical therapist he's been kind of telling me some different things to test out and try to essentially help with my stability in my shoulder, because I've been having a lot of right shoulder pain and issues, especially when it comes to bench pressing. And I've been my PRs have been getting pretty stagnant, and recently they've actually been going down. So a lot of my personal records are not doing so hot in the benching department. It also just, my right shoulder gets in the way of a lot of different things, but calisthenics is good. Pretty good. I don't know. Once you start getting into like the bodybuilding area of things, a lot of people like to act like they know more than what they really know. I've noticed there's a lot of people with a lot of opinions and a lot of ego, and they think their way is the right way. I think it's whatever works for you. I think that calisthenics have a time and place. I think that, barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells, all of it has a time and place. A lot of people like to say, oh no, you can't do that. Hell, machines, cables, you know, there's so many people that have so many opinions about these things, but a lot of the times you have to switch things up, either because of risk of injury, you know, changing the load, just trying new things to keep it interesting for yourself, because burnout, you can get burnout in the gym pretty quickly. And for me personally, I don't really, I definitely have a preference for what I do in the gym, but yeah, I don't know. I would definitely say that
I hope one of these buildings
whatever
is
works
safer
for
than
you,
out here.
whatever you like doing, you should stick with that, but always keep an open mind about other things in the gym as well.
This looks like where we are right now.
Other methods and shit like that. Like another thing too, I know a lot of people like to hate on something called Zercher squats. A lot of people, if you ever look at people doing Zercher squats, a lot of people are like, oh, that's gonna break your back, blah blah blah. But it's all about the weight, it's all about the load that you put on. Just like anything, in any sort of workout sense. Like, it obviously does look pretty gnarly to do, it looks very strange, but it is really beneficial for your back as long as you start on a lower weight and then move your weight up. Another thing too is, like, a lot of people hate on machines, but I really like machines. I like doing a little bit of everything, but machines are awesome for drop setting because you can drop set a lot quicker. And when I'm in the gym, I like to do something called supersetting, as much as possible. Sometimes it isn't possible, depending on how crowded the gym is, where I'm working out at, what gym I'm at, but, you know, cable machines are a viable option as well. I would like to eventually get more into that on my YouTube channel. I have here and there. I've made some live streams and stuff like that, but yeah, eventually I would like to talk more about this and, like, sit down and
You went with Jane.
try to clear the air, you know. I think
We found a place
there's
for Rebecca to have the baby. An observation deck with a gift shop.
you know, there's a lot of bro science that is very valuable.
Oh, that's great.
There's a lot of
Like 10 more
you
minutes
know,
to search around.
quote-unquote scientific-based lifting research that is also viable. Those two go fucking head and head at each other. You got the bro science crowd and the scientific, like, based
I watched
lifting
this side
crowd.
towards the other.
Both of them going neck and neck at each other. And honestly, they both have good, valid points, and they both have flaws. So I don't know. I don't think there's just a one-size-fits-all type of thing for everybody in the gym.
Oh, you don't know what the hell you're
Um,
talking about. And you didn't have to come.
But yeah, I'll definitely get more into that sometime in the future. And actually, by the way, I actually have to pause this just for a minute. For those of you that are watching this in the future on YouTube, when this is already uploaded, just skip ahead 5 minutes or so.
Good point.
I gotta go switch my laundry, so I will be right back in just a couple minutes. Well, I am back. So much for that. My blankets are still damp. Anyways, let's get back into it. Thank you so much for your help. Yeah, of course. No problem. I will, like I said, I definitely want to start putting more, like, gym-related content on my channel. Because as much as I like gaming, and as much as my channel has been founded on gaming, I kind of want to focus more on stuff like that pretty soon here. While still maintaining this, like, streaming gaming atmosphere, but there's a lot I want to say, and
Me too.
feel like I could really help people, inspire people to get them on their journey. I mean, I've done it in real life plenty of times with plenty of people, so I feel like it would be nice to do that on my channel. But it goes pretty deep. There's a lot of stuff. I could go on for hours about it, which is why I will probably speak more on that in the future. What the hell am I supposed to be doing here again?
I can't believe Rebecca's about to have a baby. Kind of blows your mind, doesn't it?
I guess.
What if I am 5'10", 160 pounds? Damn. It's actually not too bad of a start. I guess what are your goals in working out? Is your goal to lose weight? Is your goal to gain weight? Oh, there's that coat.
Hey, look at this. An old coat.
Nice. Good find, Clem. You should hang on to that. It's gonna get a lot colder before it starts getting warmer.
Maybe I could give it to Rebecca.
That's a good idea. I'm sure she'll really appreciate it. I guess you've already got that old coat I gave you. I feel so bad.
Strength?
Everything that happened. Hopefully you want.
So I would assume that would probably be more of like a bulking type of thing. You're trying to gain weight. I mean, obviously you'll have to gain weight if you're gaining muscle.
That's what matters most.
With just that little bit of information, my recommendation would be
But isn't Gray the,
oh yeah.
we can't put Rebecca in a Confederate coat.
Oh, I didn't even
Forgot about this.
That's better than nothing, though.
My recommendation would be to be in a caloric surplus. So you're gonna want to be eating a little bit more than you burn. You can do that pretty easily with the app on your phone, or if you just do it like mentally on like a pen and paper. But it's easier. I mean, they have apps that make it really easy. MyFitnessPal. I'm not sponsored by this, by the way, but MyFitnessPal is a good one. But you want to focus also on, even when you're trying to gain weight, you want to focus more on eating healthy. So, you know, whole foods primarily. You don't really want to be eating too much junk food. But definitely focus on the protein intake, because, you know, half the battle is going to the gym. The other part of it is your diet and your nutrition. That is also very important. What you're putting in your body, you know, how much sleep you get every night. Are you getting quality, good sleep? That type of stuff. Another thing I'd recommend too, a supplement called creatine. And you can get this in foods as well, but I would say most people don't usually get enough creatine in their diet. But creatine is a really wonderful thing. You will feel very strong using that. It really helps with recovery and muscle soreness. A lot of the lactic acids that you get built up in your muscles when you're working out. Kind of tense your muscles up, make you sore. Creatine helps a lot with that.
It's just what we need.
And also, like, there's a lot of evidence that, like, creatine actually makes you look bigger.
That'd make an awful lot of noise.
Yeah, maybe. You know,
Which is also because you are getting bigger. Your muscles are getting more saturated when you're around that stuff.
Pry it open some more, but I don't know if that'll help much.
No, I mean, maybe.
All right. I'll go.
Muscle tear and muscle recovery. Yeah, that's what creatine is really good for.
Mike will carry those things out. Might be a bit heavy for you.
But then again, if you have any sort of like skeletal soreness or anything like that, creatine will not help with that. It's all muscle based type of stuff. Yeah. Got that zombie that has to pop out.
Well, that happened.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm so sorry about that, Clementine.
And yeah, like I said, just kind of try to stick with whole foods, you know. It might be hard to kind of switch onto that right away, but, you know,
I'll keep checking the other room.
I personally think once you do it for a while, especially you have a diet like that, it actually feels better to eat like that than it does to go out and eat junk food. Me personally, I am a huge fan of,
Hey, I got this.
I make garlic lemon chicken with rice and broccoli. That's one of my go-tos. Maybe a little sauce, you know. And find good healthy sauces too. You don't have to eat, like, just because you eat healthy doesn't mean that it has to be bad. You can eat really amazing foods, you just have to learn how to cook. And sometimes, like, if it's not convenient enough, you know, invest in something like an Instant Pot. That is such a convenient thing to meal prep your foods with. And you can make a lot of really good whole foods for yourself that way. I do that a lot too, especially if I'm not in the mood to put something in the oven, or if I'm not really in the mood to pan fry anything. Like, the Instant Pot is really nice. They also have air fryers too. Air fryers is a good option. I don't think they're as versatile as Instant Pots though, but...
Shit out of that raccoon. Not like, I mean, just that I'd be really happy to eat that raccoon. I'm starving.
Fresh meat would go a long way with Rebecca.
Yeah.
Shoot! Don't let it get away!
Where is it?
I think it went over there.
Gotta get that raccoon.
It's coming your way. Block him. Oh! Shoot! Dang it! Not with the walkers out there.
Oh yeah, it's got little babies.
I'm even hungrier than I was before. How did I get to a place where I'm sad I'm not eating raccoon?
Well, at least it was kind of fun.
Yeah. Huh. I guess it was. Come on. Let's just get this back to Rebecca and the others. We don't have much time to waste. You're telling me your arms ain't tired?
Nope. I could do this all day.
Shit! Oh God!
Breathe like I told you.
Okay. Oh God! Oh God! Oh.
Shit! Walkers!
How'd they get that close without anyone seeing them? That was Luke.
Kenny, we've got to do something.
You just keep that baby safe.
Kenny?
We can't stay here!
Clementine, where's the place you and Jane found?
I'll show you.
Good. Someone help me up.
Oh God, there's so many!
Mike, help Kenny!
On it.
That is such an iconic image right here. This for me. I don't know why I've had this in my brain for years.
Clem, I don't think he's okay. He's losing it. I mean, that isn't...
Let's go, please.
I don't think he's okay either. This is bad.
Mass gain can help, right? I don't want to... So, like, my recommendation, I know a lot of people like mass gainer. I think it'd be better off to just stick with protein powder, which is similar, but at the end of the day, too, I also don't largely believe in protein powder. Like, it's not, like, not saying that it's a bad thing, but I feel like people rely on it way too much. And I know I'm not the only one that, like, thinks like this. I used to use protein powder all the time. And then it got to a point where it's like, okay, you're, oh yeah, these two up here banging.
Jesus, Clem, it's just not,
What's going on?
well, I mean...
I guess I'll just say it really quickly.
What the fuck are you two doing up here?
Penny!
It's always better to get your intake from Whole Foods.
Hey, hold on a second. Just tell
You
me
know,
what's
so
going on.
I would definitely say it's a very nice thing to have,
I'm reckless. You know, you got a lot of nerve,
but
Kenny.
don't rely too much on the supplements. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
Especially when it comes to like food intake and sources. You know, think about it like this:
There you go.
if you were a dog, right? This is kind of a weird way of thinking about this. But if you have a dog, or if you were a dog, you know, you don't want to feed the dog like dry kibble all the time, right? It's not necessarily the most healthy thing. You can do that. They can survive like that. But is it really the healthiest option? You know, not really. There's a lot of better ways to, you know, feed them. And it's very similar to us as humans.
I'm going outside. I'll help hold him back.
Go. I've got Rebecca.
Here they come.
Oh shit, I should have sat there and stayed with Rebecca. Whoopsies. Sorry, I'm also focused on the game while trying to talk about this, so... But I would definitely say, I'm not super big into mass gainer, I'm not super big into protein powder, but they are helpful when, you know, when you need to get those extra,
There are too many of them.
you know, say you didn't have enough protein for the day and you're trying to get that extra protein in, but you don't want to cook anything or you don't want to make anything, you know, then it might not be so bad.
We could block the gate with this.
I'll help. I'm coming.
And a lot of the bodybuilders out there are, I would say, very against that stuff. I know one of them. I mean, then again, though, do you really want to take advice from all these people? Not always, you know. Half of them are on steroids and stuff, so...
Get back!
But a lot of them are very against protein powders and stuff like that. They're more about whole foods.
Fuck, hurry! I can't hold on.
Take my hand.
Oh yeah, this is where Sarah would have died if she was alive.
Push!
Oh, shit. They're climbing up. What? They're gonna make it up here.
Fuck! Does this shit ever end?
We need to break the rest of the deck.
She's right. She's right. Drop the whole deck.
Drop the... Are you fucking crazy?
How are we gonna do that?
I don't know. Just look around.
Ain't gonna work. It's too thick.
Well, it's something over here, I remember.
Look,
That'll work. We bust that, the whole thing comes down.
boost me.
They're getting closer. Clementine!
Move it!
Come on.
I'm going as fast as I can.
Watch it!
Son of a bitch.
Baby death fake out. There we go. Alvin Jr. is now in the game. Speaking of that baby death fake out, that is something that actually was planned in the cut content of this game. Maybe not that part right there, but something much more dark, which ties into episode 5, so I probably won't talk about it until then, but...
Hey, Clementine.
Hey, how's he doing?
Your help is much appreciated.
Perfect little
Not a problem.
Who's the most perfect little man in
I would, you know,
Looks like Alvin.
don't just take my advice. Don't you? That's the thing. When it comes to nutrition and when it comes to bodybuilding, don't ever just take one person's advice. That's my advice. Is to,
Just wish
you know, do your research and listen to a lot of different people
Why don't you look at
and
that coat we found?
come up with your own opinions and, you know,
Sorry.
test them out and see what works best for you.
You really think I care about that?
There's a lot of people out there that try to act like their way is the best way and there is no other option, and if you do anything else, it's wrong.
Could I?
Of course.
And I personally think that those people are just, you know, ignorant fucking people that have huge egos that like to act like they know everything about everything. You know?
There you go.
Now, sometimes there are very obvious things that people will say that are like, you know, obviously, yeah, it's like this is the best way to do something, but
Rest.
for the most part, there is a lot of nuance when it comes to bodybuilding and nutrition
About 2 years ago, I'm fine.
around what's convenient, what is affordable, what works best for your schedule, what's working best for you as a person, you know, if you have any sort of health issues that tie into that too. There's a lot of different factors that go into that type of stuff. And while I don't really have much of that on my YouTube, I kind of have a bit more of that on my TikTok, but I would like to implement that onto my YouTube pretty soon here. Oh yeah, I forgot. She's gonna run away.
Come on. The longer I stay, the harder it'll be.
What about Luke?
What about him?
Aren't you guys...
Look, Luke's a nice guy, but it's not like that. And it can't ever be like that.
Oh,
Well, that's it then.
Just a one-night stand in the apocalypse.
You know, Jamie, Sarah, I'm not gonna stick around and watch it happen to you too. You know the score?
I'm not like them.
No. But give it enough time, and everyone's luck runs out.
I really hate how they keep teasing that city in the background there. Like, motherfucker, man, we were supposed to go there
Listen,
in the original
when
plot,
shit hits
in the
fan,
original script.
as it always does, remember that you can make it on your own. It's not an option for everyone. If things start heading south, don't let them drag you down with them. You don't owe them anything. They'll make you feel like you do, like it's all one happy family. When push comes to shove,
Yeah, I know.
good. Okay. You take care of yourself. I mean that. Here. Versatility is not over.
I think I took it in the original playthrough. I'm not gonna take it this time. It's hard to remember all my choices. It's been so long. It's been years.
Hey, thought you'd be asleep by now. You okay?
It's nothing, Luke. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Just checking in with you. Temperature's dropping. We're low on food. I think we gotta stay put for a while, you know, for Rebecca and the baby. So I'm thinking as soon as it gets light, Jane and I should go explore, see if we can find some place to scavenge. What?
Jane left. For good.
What? When?
Just now.
Are you serious? She didn't say anything about leaving to me? What the fuck? Damn it! Hey, keep it down. Sorry. Sorry. Just... Jane's gone. Really? Luke? Of all the childish bullshit. Childish? God damn it, Kenny. You know what? Just lay off.
No, you put our lives, this baby's life at risk, so you two can roll around like fucking teenagers. Look, I made a mistake, alright? No, it's not alright. What do
No,
you
they
want?
both kind of have a point.
Protect the group.
Well, coming down on me isn't helping. Look, I'm sorry, okay? I fucked up. But you know what, Jane? She made an offer, and Jesus Christ, I needed it, okay? I mean, look around you, okay? Everything is shit. So forgive me for wanting to enjoy one moment of something else.
Fine, but this baby, he's what matters now, got it? So get your shit together.
Where's my baby?
Is everything all right?
Everything is fine.
We're gonna need a good place to raise him, which ain't here. We gotta push on.
We head north, get to Wellington. That's our best shot.
There's a town across the river. It might be safe.
Yeah, it would be if we ever fucking went there, man.
Might be a good stop on the way.
God. I'm really interested to see what would have happened. I mean, I think I kind of know bits and pieces from cut content
Clem's got a
files
point.
that people
That
have
could
brought
be a
up, but
whole town full of supplies.
Yeah.
Not that far from here.
yeah, we could have went to that town.
Looks like that's our best bet. We need to get on the road as soon as possible. We leave at first light.
Whoa. What are you talking about? Rebecca needs rest. A few days at the least.
We've got that baby formula.
And it won't help the rest of us.
I think I had her rest in my original, so we're gonna leave
Kenny's
in the
right.
morning.
We should leave in the morning.
Rebecca is not in any condition to travel.
I'll be fine. If there's a chance.
Yeah, I
there's
think I had
food,
her
we have to risk
rest
it.
or something.
Okay, fine, if that's what you want.
Look, we should all try to get some sleep. It's been a long day.
Oh, here comes the snow.
Sorry.
Okay, Bex? It's gonna be all right.
Ooh, this scene. I remember this. Honestly, anything with the snow in Season 2 is just always iconic for being very, very awful. Awful things happen when the snow starts flying.
You alright?
She's exhausted. We all are.
I can keep going.
We should have stayed put. We should have stayed put until she was in better shape.
She wasn't gonna get no better back there. We gotta find food. Get her someplace warm.
This looked like someplace warm to you? We could still turn back.
It's not an option. Everybody hang in there. We gotta keep moving if we're gonna make it to that town before nightfall.
You don't even listen to anyone else. You just go on barking orders. You gotta lighten up, okay? You're pushing them too hard.
I'm just doing what has to be done, like always.
Luke's right. Everyone's tired.
I know they are, but waiting's only gonna make things worse. You agreed with me on that last night.
Oh.
Over here. There's a place to sit.
Rebecca, let me take the baby.
He's okay. I've got him.
No, you rest for a minute. I'll wash him.
Back off, Kenny. She said she doesn't want you to take the baby. Don't be weird about it, okay?
I ain't being weird about it.
Yeah, you kinda have been. And not just right now.
Kenny knows what he's doing. He's been a dad before.
That's not the part I was concerned about.
Ah. Fuck this guy. Fuck Arvo, man.
Arvo?
Arvo?
Jane and I met him on the observation deck. Before everyone else came.
You know this son of a bitch? Well, what's he want?
He doesn't look like much.
That ain't the point.
Hello? Please?
I don't like this.
I don't trust him. Also, he might be mad at us.
Everybody keep your eyes open.
Hello? You're Clementine.
What's going on here, friend? You got people with you? Where are they?
You're not out here on your own, are you?
These are my friends. We stay hidden for safety. But you, we know. You're Clementine.
Это они?
Да, это они.
Скажи им же.
Does anybody know Russian? Do they know what they? Does anybody know what they're saying?
Все, что они имеют.
Что ты хочешь, чтобы я взял?
Откуда я знаю? Чтобы у их не было. Может быть, у их...
What did your friend say?
I told them you are the ones who robbed me. They think it's funny that you're just a little girl.
Robbed?
And they want you and your friends to put down the guns, so we can take your things.
Whoa, whoa, hang on now.
What the hell?
Why get excited?
Clementine, you robbed this guy?
Maybe we can work something out.
Арво, что она говорит?
Подожди. What do you mean?
Look, whatever got taken from you, we'll give you twice that much from what we have.
Возьми все.
I'm sorry, Clementine, but we are not here to make deals.
What the fuck?
Who is saying that we will take everything?
I don't think there is a good way for this to ever come
Арво, скажи,
out.
опустили оружие.
All of
We
you.
got tell them that you can work something out. Then you have a baby. A baby. Yeah, of course.
Арво, почему они не слушают?
Gotta tell him that we have a baby.
Тогда старайся сильнее.
Make Arvo feel guilty for what he's doing to us right now.
You have a baby with you? У них грудничковый ребенок.
Apparently, in the original script too, they were planning on.
Хорошо до тебя.
I guess not the original script, but they were planning on putting the subtitles of what they were saying.
I'll do
You!
it. Drop
Don't
it.
even
Drop it.
try it,
Don't
motherfucker!
fucking
I
don't
guarantee
move.
I'm a better
I said
shot
don't
than you
move.
are. I'll drop you both before you complain.
Oh yes.
Everybody be cool.
Ah,
Doesn't have to go down
I think originally I did it, so I'm gonna let somebody else do it this time. In my original playthrough.
Don't make me do it. Look at me. Do you hear me? I will kill you if I have to.
Hey! You! Don't point that thing at me!
No!
Ooh. I remember being so nervous when this episode came out, because that's the thing too, they don't show you a preview of the next episode. So you really have no idea at all. And I really thought a lot of people are gonna, I thought everybody was gonna die. Alright, left Sarah at the park. You and 59% of players left her. You and 47% of players stole pills from Arvo. You and 50% of players volunteered to crawl through. 56.9% held the baby. That's crazy. You'd think that'd be higher. You and 57% of players did not shoot Rebecca. Oh boy. Yeah. This episode is rough. And then episode 5 is just even more awful. I only know 2 or 3 words in Russian. Privit, Idi, Kushet, Krubka. I don't know what any of those mean. Were you able to hear anything in that conversation? The Russians arguing with us? I'm glad that they keep these songs from the original in here too. I thought they would have changed it. I don't know. I don't know what to say. So, the first time I played this, back when it first came out, I was so nervous about what was going to happen with the group. And I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody because I plan on playing the next episode probably tomorrow for stream. So, it won't be that long, but just a tiny bit like telling Arvo to translate and things like that. That's interesting. But yeah, what's the biggest bummer to me is, you know, playing this episode again. I mean, when I first played it, I felt this too, but this episode feels so mysterious to me because it just is like the pacing is weird, things are strange, you know, nothing feels super connected, and things just happen. Like, everything's going way too fast. And I thought that I was just thinking that back in the day, but knowing what I know now is that this entire episode had a shitload of cut content. I mean, this whole season has a lot of cut content. I don't want to go into too much because of spoilers, because they do lead into the next episode, but there is a lot of cut content, and more so a theory that I had when I was younger that the 400 Days characters and Eddie would be a lot more prevalent in this episode. And there is no legitimate confirmation, I think, that they were supposed to be in this episode. But there's a lot of evidence pointing towards that, but nothing concrete. As I was kind of searching through the internet again, I found a channel called In Cold Blood, which talks a lot about the cut content in this season, and I wasn't far off. I mean, it's again, there's just a little bit too much that's missing to really place the 400 Days characters and Eddie in here, but there's also so much pointing towards that, so it's more so at this point just a theory that the 400 Days characters were probably going to be in the spot where the Russians were shooting at us, and that Eddie would somehow be involved as well. Which makes more sense to me because, you know, Eddie in 400 Days, you know, he enjoyed a little bit of the marijuana, you know, he enjoyed his ganja, but who's to say that he wouldn't be into more type of stuff, right? So, like, it would make more sense, like that phrase from Jane saying how, oh, you look like a junkie. That Arvo, does he really look like a junkie? To me, he looks like a crippled kid. But now think about that. Imagine if Eddie was in that spot, right? It would make a little bit more sense. But, I don't know. There's a lot of cut content. We were supposed to go to that city. I know another cut content. That one, I think, apparently was cut pretty early in development because they thought it would be ridiculous. It would be that the group would eventually reach into a city, and then all of them would keep mysteriously dying very viciously, and you would find these characters dead, and then, like, everybody would think there would be some sort of, like, super zombie going around killing people. But then eventually, in the end, it would be revealed that it was a tiger. And a lot of people... I think that story, that script got cut pretty early because they thought it was ridiculous to have a tiger in The Walking Dead, which is pretty ironic because I'm pretty sure the comics and the TV show introduced, what was that guy's name? Ezekiel? And he had a tiger not too long after that. But yeah. Episode 5 is what's next. I think that Arvo is 18. Yeah, I believe he's like 18. That makes sense. But yeah, this is the other thing too that always stuck out to me is Eddie is in this picture right now. I don't know why he is now in the definitive edition, but in the original, when this episode first came out, they removed Eddie's face. So Eddie was in here all the way up to episode 4, way back in 2014, when the episodes were being released. But then when episode 4 came out, Eddie's face was gone. He was blanked out with a shadow. So it was really, really mysterious. And it just didn't make sense. It felt like there was a lot going on behind the scenes that I didn't know, that we didn't understand. And it was right. There's a lot. There's a lot of shit that was cut out of here. I did mention this already, but this episode was supposed to involve Clementine dying of hypothermia. Episode 4 has this music, which is dark. I was just talking about that, yeah, on my last stream. I can pull that up real quick for the people who are watching that didn't see that in the last stream, but you can actually still find that music in original soundtrack on these chapter select screens if you download the Walking Dead Season 2 app for your phone, strangely enough. And yeah, I'll just look it up right here for y'all. But you can download it on your phone as long as you don't buy any episodes and you just download the free version that comes with like the demo. You can see all these episodes with their original soundtrack, which is honestly really eerie. So it really seemed like they were going in more of a survival horror aspect for this season. Troy was also supposed to SA Clem. See, I've heard about that too, but I've also seen, and like, now this really boils down to how much do you trust the voice actors or not. But apparently, the voice actor for Troy, he was saying how Troy was supposed to be a much worse character. And then a lot of people were theorizing that he would do some really nasty shit to Clementine, based on, you know, how he acts, especially in episode 3, the weird comment he makes to Sarah and Clementine. And, you know, that's believable. I wouldn't want to see that, but I believe that. But then the voice actor came out not too long after saying that that's not what was supposed to happen. But at the same time, I don't know. I definitely feel like that was supposed to happen at some point. Although I'm kind of glad that never came into the final build of the game, because I feel like that would... I think a lot of people would stop playing the game after that. That would be a little too much. But at the very least, you know, I like the implications now that they have with Troy and Jane. But yeah, let me look this up quick. Let me show this to the audience here, because I know I said this in the last stream. Some of you might not care, but this is really interesting stuff here. Let's do The Walking Dead into cut music. Here it is. I'll put this on screen now. And let me mute my audio here. And you can also see the screens were a little bit different because the story was supposed to be different. Turn on this. Should be on. Go to here. And here we are. Now this screen was in the original release of this game for about like a week, I think. Because I remember Clementine's face being different there. It looks a lot different than how it does in this final version. And also, if you noticed, she is not bitten by a dog. It looks more like she was shot. And while that is in the this final version, she's still holding herself like that, she isn't shot. Because I think in the original script, Clementine was supposed to be shot. This is the episode 2 original soundtrack, where they changed it. All of these soundtracks sound so much better than what we got. And even though the story changed, I really wish that they kept them. Because this is some ambiance shit out of like Silent Hill games, you know? Really like it. And it slowly eases into more eerie soundtracks every time. My favorite one gotta be the last 3. Yeah, this one right here is pretty menacing. Like, that just sounds so much more eerie and better than what we got. And especially this whole screen. Like, it is very ominous. And let's see. Where is 4? Here's 4. Like, that just screams like something bad is going to happen in this episode. Something very, very bad. Something very dark is going to happen. And again, these soundtrack, like, these songs were in these episodes, these chapter selects, when the game first came out. But then they eventually changed then. Except for episode 5. I think episode 5 is the only one that didn't have it. Because I went back and I looked at my original playthroughs from 2014, and they were still in there. At least some of the screens were. This one has got to be my favorite. So creepy. I didn't know this, but after searching a little bit more, what I was talking about Clementine freezing to death from hypothermia, it was also apparently supposed to have this song playing while she died. And, yeah, that's just fucking horrible. Very depressing, very terrifying. And, I don't know. Part of me is very glad that they changed some stuff, but the other part of me is not so glad. Like, could you imagine if this was the final season of The Walking Dead and Clementine just died at the end? Like, holy shit, this would be such a downer of a video game to play. There would be no hope. Which I guess is the reason why they changed it, because at its core, Walking Dead, despite everything that happens in this series, not just the game, but the TV show, the comics, it's always about finding hope and having a little bit of hope, despite all of your circumstances. So to see them flip that on its head and then just give you some sort of downer story like that, I would be interested to see. But at the same time, it makes sense. Because if this was the final season and Clementine just died, fuck, that would be one depressing-ass game to play. But it makes sense. They removed it because they wanted to have... It's a good thing, because then we would have never got Season 3 and Season 4. And the DLC that came out after this. But, I don't know. There's definitely a lot of stuff that should have been in this season that would have made it more dark and probably better, more interesting to play. But despite that, it's still a pretty dark season. And yeah. Me too, though it would have been more satisfying to see Troy losing his ability to make babies if he did that to Clem. Oh yeah. Yeah, Jane shooting him in the dick would have been way more satisfying. Now it's just like, surprise, we shoot him in the dick, like, holy crap, why do that? You know? Damn, that's excessive. But if, you know, that actually happened in the original, or in the final game with Clementine and him, I feel like a lot of people would have loved to see that scene. Clem doesn't have her hat. Oh, in that screen? Well, now that this character is here, it's not much of a spoiler anymore. But to add on to what I was talking about, again, I'm not going to say too much about it, but because there is still other characters involved in this ending, this hypothetical ending that didn't actually end up happening. But so here's the other part of it that I've been talking about that I haven't been able to say. Now that AJ is alive and he's an established character, that little baby, the other part of Clementine freezing to death out there was the fact that she was going to see lights from a city while she's walking through a snowstorm, a blizzard, and she'd be holding on to AJ. And as you're walking with AJ, it would be getting harder and harder to move with him, and then that song would start playing. You'd be in a blizzard, and there would be some sort of like bench or something Clementine would find and like fall next to, and then you would get the option to either rest at the bench or to leave AJ there to freeze to death and die, and then walk away towards this city or the lights that you see in the blizzard. Apparently, no matter what, Clementine would die regardless, from what I'm understanding. I might be wrong about that, but I know at least for the choice of Clementine sitting on the bench to rest, would have her kind of like dozing off and like resting, but really she's dying and this song is playing, and that would be it. I don't really know 100% sure if she would die in the other choice, but from what I'm understanding, it's definitely implied that she would die in that one too. So, yeah, pretty dark shit. And that's not even like a oh, this is probably likely what would have happened. Like, this is completely confirmed by the developers and everything. Like, the other stuff is based off of files and animations and names of files and people trying to piece together what the story could have been. But that shit that I'm talking about is like 100% confirmed even by the developers. In this fucking very version that I'm playing, the definitive edition, there's some movies that you can watch of can't even talk. Developer commentary. And the developers on Season 2, Episode 5, they talk about this. I can't play it on here for whatever reason. It's connected to server instead of like being an actual file on my, game, so the server doesn't work, obviously. But you can find these videos online, and you can hear about them. And yeah, the developers themselves even confirmed like Clementine was supposed to die in this episode that very way. I think that if she left AJ, she would have lived, but there wouldn't be a Season 3. That's kind of what I'm assuming too. My hypothesis is that Clementine would probably survive if she left AJ to die in the snow, in the blizzard, but I feel like that would still be the end of the series because, well, I mean, you really can't go any further with that because, I don't know. Knowing Telltale and knowing what happens after this season with all the several endings, Telltale is not very good at, doing two different endings into another season, or several different endings into another season. So, like, if Clementine, I feel like if they were planning on making a Season 3, which at this point I don't think they were when they were still making the story where Clementine died in, but if they plan on doing that, either Clementine wouldn't be in it or she would die very quickly, because it would be tough to make a story where 50% of the player base would have a dead Clementine and the other half would have a Clementine alive. At the very least, it would probably be, something like what we got already with Season 3, but it would strictly be like, Javier only. Like, it would be no Clementine, it would be none of these characters from the other seasons. It would just be a new story with new characters. Yeah, Clem would be determinant, which would be too much work. Yeah, exactly. Which, like, I'm not trying to spoil too much here, but there were, like I said at the start of this, there are several endings in this season. And, let me tell you, Season 3 has a big slap in the face for anybody who has a sort of, like, a certain ending that they want to go with. Other than, like, one ending. All of the endings, when you come back into Season 3 and you're like, oh yeah, finally I get to see what happens to, what came out of that ending of Season 2. It is primarily the most garbage, rushed bullshit I think I've ever seen in a video game. It's really disappointing to see how they handled that. But I'm not going to rant too much about that because that is kind of getting close to spoiler territory. And we'll get to that. I'll get to that in Season 3, which we're pretty close to. But yeah, that was Episode 4. We have one more episode left. Episode 5, No Going Back. Even though we were just talking about how dark this season could have been, Episode 5 is quite a dark episode as well. I'll probably be playing that tomorrow or the day after. I don't know, I'll be playing it pretty soon, probably around, I'm assuming like 7 p.m. tomorrow, or maybe the day after that. But yeah, stay tuned. We're very close to the end of the season, and I can't wait to play it and finish it off. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning on in. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the support, the comments, all of that. If you're on Twitch, check out the YouTube. If you're on YouTube, check out the Twitch. The pop-ups are in the bottom left-hand corner. It's Austish on YouTube, xAustishx for Twitch. And yeah, I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you, and have a good night.